Alright, it is November 13, 2020. Got an important update for real life things. A man has been alerted more to what's going on, so there's probably going to be another person in this area of awareness. So it took 3-4 years of real people being aware of what's going on, and time's been speeding up. We're at the point where time is twice as fast as it was in the 90s. And things that, I guess projects, whatever you'd call it, some kind of an effort from one or more people. In the first year of the life of a project, not many people are going to be aware of its existence, maybe about 10 people, and that's being generous. At the very beginning, it could be a podcast or a web series, a publication, but without costly advertising right at launch, which real people cannot afford. Without advertising, people are not going to be aware of it except for maybe 5 people in the first several months of a project's release. Now this one is nothing to do with money because root of all evil, and we are past that, and money is simply not really a thing. There's always going to be some way to reach out to people. It doesn't cost a dime. Maybe some of the equipment and services that we're using do cost money, but there's always going to be a way for that to be paid for and for equipment to be had. And there's some extremely cheap ways to get a message out, just, a Sharpie and some scrap paper, and importantly, word of mouth. And word of mouth is how some random people are being woken up in real life. And now, I guess I've been a part of this project for actively 2 or 3 years, maybe. I don't know. I wasn't keeping track because time's gone fast and, calendar dates aren't very important. And at the very beginning, it was actually quite difficult. I was extremely shy. I just had a lot of concerns that I realized today. Those concerns were of nothing. It was just baseless paranoia, but I got over it because I realized that I was being worried about nothing. And what's the worst that could happen? And, nothing bad is going to happen anyhow. And the pros are always way bigger than the cons. No matter what the cost is nothing compared to the good that you can do. So it was very mentally difficult for me at first to partake in this, and then I just got better and better, and I got better at phrasing things, and there were also times when I had to be spontaneous in real life. I had to seize opportunities to do good, and actually it all paid off. Nothing bad happened. Real people, it can be hard to deliver a message to a real person that you've never met or never previously interacted with, but they're actually very understanding. They're very interested in what you have to say because it's so different. It's literally secret knowledge, and people are very interested in that. Now, if you were to point out something very obvious that it was treated as a secret, but it was actually in plain sight the whole time, if you tell the truth to a gatekeeper, they'll flip out at you, but they're going to hell. They're gatekeepers. They are trying to stop your progress. And it can be people in your family. It can be your coworkers, family members, because all of the world is satanic. There is not one part of the world that isn't full of inverts and witches and gatekeepers. And Jesus made it clear that he's gonna rip your family apart. And if you love your family more than him, you're not worthy of him. And we understand now why that is, because now we understand that our families are satanic, and they were trying to turn us into them, but God intervened, and God saved us, and we belong to Christ, not this world. And yes, it does mean your family's going to die. That does mean your family's going to burn in hell, unless it's your chosen spouse and your children that you lovingly brought into this horrible world. Look, they can get saved along with you, but the family you did not choose, you didn't choose them. And even though we've been conditioned, there's a lot of stuff we're exposed to in the media from childhood about, media stories portraying class divisions and caste divisions, and America has a caste system. America still has arranged marriages, and arranged marriages are for selective breeding. That is why people that hate each other will have had a shotgun wedding, and they will have children, and they still hate each other. Human beings are bred like dogs. There are bloodlines of females, women in martens that are selectively bred to look masculine. And there are MTF families with males that are bred to be stunted, and I think that there's been soft disclosure about the usage of fake sperm to make livestock, and I think that that is used for humanoids. So, back on track. Things can be difficult at first, and there's going to be shills that try and discourage you and resist you, and they get angry because you're doing something. Don't let them stop you. If you cannot be spineless. You have to stand up. Just take away your ego. Don't use a name. Just have the truth be out there, and no matter what shills scream, remember, they're gonna die and they're gonna go to hell. They have one life and they blew it being evil. Like, they cannot stop being evil. Even your family members will just spat out insults and just be horrible for no reason. They'll hurt you for no reason. They'll say evil things for no reason. Your coworkers are the same. They can't not do this. They don't have free will and they don't have souls. But their consciousness is going to be destroyed in the fire, and it's going to take a long time, as long as they warrant. You have to focus on participation and go out in real life. Drop notes in places where human beings might find them. If you piss off a freak, good. And just don't get afraid, don't back down, and if you see a human being, you gotta take that opportunity to talk to them. It doesn't matter. They're gonna be interested in what you have to say, alright? If they are gatekeepers and they get mad, oh well. And I've never had anyone try and take a photo of me or anything like that, and I certainly don't give out my name. So, the people know that time's speeding up, they know that the sky is lowering, they know that strange things are going on in the sky. The veil is slowly lifting, people are becoming more aware of hoaxes. Just make the first move, or maybe somebody else will, and that'll be a great thing, but I don't think we're quite there yet in the awakening process, but people are becoming more aware of empty internet and anti-vax and flat earth, and they're more aware of everything in the media being a lie. Just talk to people. We've already gone over transvestigation so much that you need to know what men and women look like. And you should know about the red flag women, or, the orange flag women, the witches. They're very easily identifiable. The witches will give themselves warning coloration. They give themselves tattoo, piercing. They do hand signs. They say weird things. They associate with freaks. They are freaks. You will know from elimination who to go to. And just don't even bother with names, because, everybody's named George, everybody's named Mary, everybody's named John. Names don't matter. This is why we're all gonna get new names, because everybody has the same damn name. So, talk to people. You'll get vibes off of them. You'll know their energy signature when you're in proximity to them. And you're going to know what to say. Even if it's difficult, I understand, but just get it out there. It doesn't matter if it sounds strange. They're going to be very happy that you told them, and they will want to hear more. But these moments are extremely fleeting, and these encounters last under 1 minute, but they leave an impact. And it gets easier all the time. Even though I'm still shy right now, it gets easier all the time. So, if you're a shill that just sits around agreeing and claiming you do things, but you don't help out, you can panic now because real people are waking up. And if you're a human, then you need to get involved more, because I know that some people are helping out. I know that there are a few humans, and I think that there are going to be more humans that are going to come over here, come to this project and participate, and hopefully there will be more helpful activities in real life, because it's been kind of in the works for a while that the governments are going to you're not going to be allowed to be anonymous on the internet anymore. I think that there's going to come a time when you're going to need the mark of the beast, and all of your biological information is going to be known to trace you before you're allowed to use the internet. You know how paper money is being phased out and now digital currency is being phased into America, and I heard that in other countries it's already standard. And that is inseparable from the internet, and that money's fake anyhow. So the internet, if we're still here, the internet's going to be not an option. So now is the time to talk to real people. And I hope that the other people will come here soon. And in real life, people are becoming more aware of this, thanks to the efforts of myself and some other people. And that's the update. So, to the freaks, your time is coming to its end.